Hello everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Race League F1. This is Rodaboat filling in for Gaming Lab Rigby, and we're pleased to have you join in with us today. Just gonna get myself accustomed to what's going on. Too late, mate. We know it's doing well in the championships. So let's just lovely. Right then, let's have a little look. So currently we've got Too Late Mate leading the championship, Carcraft in second, just like we've got today. MBD Vision is currently in third with 101 points. And he is currently sat down in 12th, still in the pits, with a 108.5, so really bad lap from him. I'm sure he'll go faster at some point. We ride on board with Farico. Cuts that corner nicely. Getting back on the power as fast as you can, as quick as you can. He hits the brakes hard. Nicely down into that corner, now through these two sweeping left-handers. And it's a purple sector through there so far for Farico. Let's see if he can set a good lap time here as he comes through the last corner, misses the apex a little bit there, clips the next one nicely over the line. Going to be 7th place from Farico with a 103.7, and that's a good lap from him. So Rocky, who we saw competing in the F3, currently with a 103.6 in the F1. Great lap from him. Yari goes fastest with a 103.1, so good lap from Yari. We ride on board with Pinnacle. He swings it through the last corner, down over the start finish line, and it's going to be 9th place from Pinnacle, 103.7. He gets right out of it. Let's have a look. AJK swings it through the final corners. Nicely across there, running right out onto that curb, making the most of the track, and goes 2nd place with a 103.173, so really close into Yari there. Excellent time from him. Which is on an out lap. IP is on a hot lap, trying to set a time. This first one would have been invalidated, I would imagine. Through the last two corners, all runs a little bit wide and ends up invalidating the lap, and that's really unfortunate there for IP. Not what he wanted. Witcher then, let's have a look on board with him, and he's invalidated his lap as well, so it's going to be have to be another run around from Witcher. So Carcraft has gone fastest with a 103.103 now. So, and MBD Vision goes fastest with a 102.8. Oh my goodness, so we've got someone down into the 102s. Wow, MBD Vision, that is an incredible lap. 102.8. Massive, massive lead on everyone else. too late, mate, then. Let's ride on board with him. He's 0.1 of a second up on his time at the moment, making all of the use of all the road there, right out on the curb in the braking zone. See how far he's pushing it right to every point of the track here to try and make as much of a gap as he can. Running through the final two corners nicely on there, just avoiding getting messed up by the curb, and he goes second with a 1:02.9, so another driver into the under 1 minute 3, and that is an excellent result from those two guys. And with 7 minutes to go, you would say it's a good chance of seeing another couple of drivers get into there. Look at that, 3 drivers on a 1:03.1 behind them, all coming out onto outlaps now. Weiss Sheng on a 1:03.2. That's UK. Witcher goes 7th with a 1:03.4, so he does finally set a lap. So Carcraft comes over the line, improves his time. This is him coming on to his hot lap, so let's ride on board with Carcraft, see if we can do an improvement. Oh, don't worry about it, Rigby. We know technology goes haywire from time to time. Let me see if I can. Gonna see if I can get someone involved. Okay. So Carcraft has gone into second place with a 1:02.8, so that's a good lap from him. Yari's not managed to improve. Weiss Cheng has with a 1:02.9, so now I've got 4 drivers sub 1 minute 3. AJK invalidated his lap, so he'll come into the pits as well. Not sure who that was ahead. It might have been Scotty Fennell. So 2 Red Bulls currently in 12th and 13th, hoping to do something about that. He does not look to be on a fast lap at the moment. Swings into the pits. Well done, Mavs UK on a hot lap. Purple through the middle sector. Rocky getting out of the way ahead of him. And Mavs goes 7th with that. We're 103.3. Just going to try and get Joe Royal to come join us in the commentary. Let's ride on board with AJK. Can he improve? Okay, so greetings. I should be joined now by our man Joe Royal.
Okay, managed to get in.
A success. Hello everybody, how are we doing? How are you doing, Joe?
Well, on my race area.
Good. So you're looking forward to some good racing today?
I wish I could actually join these guys, but I'll be glad to commentate one of these days.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good fun. I'm just trying to turn you up as much as I can in my ear. So, who are you going to be cheering on today in this Grand Prix?
Should I go for my friends? Because I want them to do well, obviously.
Sorry, who was that? I missed that. I'm just sorting out my headphones.
Go for my friends and Mavs UK and Shocker, Sam and
Yeah. Be good to see those guys do well. Okay then, so we've had Mavs, I mean he's put in a good 103.3 so far. Carcraft also retires now with a 102.8 to his name. MBD has gone fastest with a 102.877, so massive lap from him. Vice Chain comes over the line. And he goes fastest with a 102.737, so an even faster lap there from Vice Chang. How can Too Late Mate respond as he comes through the last few corners? He's gone purple through the middle sector. He comes running down towards the final two corners, throws it in here. And it's over the line. And it's fastest, and a new pole lap from Too Late Mate with a 102.6, and that is massive. Can Yari do anything? The last person out there, no, he's not on a fast lap. So Witcher is currently up on his time, but he's going to need to do a big improvement. Oh, here we go, riding on board then. 103.1, that's not a bad lap. Can Witcher do anything to improve on it? On his lap, currently sat in P10. And you kind of think he either wants to move up or get knocked down one place from P10, don't you? He's gonna run wide there, so it's gonna be P10 for Witcher. And that concludes qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So, too late, mate, then. Absolutely stonking performance there. So, what do you think of this track, Joe? Are you a fan of the Austria circuit?
I enjoyed it. I enjoy this track a lot. If you don't get track limit penalties, as I didn't earlier, I finished P4. I didn't have any penalties.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a big advantage if you keep them clear. And also, Vision has a 5-place grid penalty.
Oh, he does.
Vision will start P8. Vision will start P8.
Interesting. Okay, so we're going to have... he's got some work to do to make up for it.
I'm trying to see if it's contact with the car that he's got that for. No, it just says grid penalty.
So we've got yeah, so I think you're right. It's difficult for track limits, isn't it? That's one of the things with this track, is that so easy. There's so many corners where it's easy just to misjudge it, just to get in the back on the power a little bit too early. But also, it's it's such a fast-paced, quick track that it is really good fun. When you get the bit between your teeth, you can be really, really quick here. So, go on then.
The thing I enjoy about this track, though, is because it's so short, you don't have to wait to see cars go side by side again.
Yep.
It's a minute lap. It's, what, 70 seconds in race conditions, or just under 70 seconds? So
yeah, absolutely, yes.
A lot of overtakes, especially from Tier 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Because realistically, you've got 3 or 4 really good overtaking spots here that you can try to exploit. We can see drivers running side by side, as we've seen all afternoon. We've seen drivers running side by side through the tricky middle sector. So I think it's going to be an interesting one. But the one thing about this track, it's relatively nice on tyres, so the one stop is always the way to go.
I wouldn't say that's the case with the tyres. I find that this track, and the one stop is not that easy around this track because it's a very rear tyre dependent circuit. And I find that most people will probably be pushing the puncher territory of 75% when they come into the pits.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that is true. So it's going to be a risk. Will we see anyone's tyres go? Having a look down the tyre selection, so obviously our top 10 all starting on the softs that they qualified on. Then Tracker, L Trocker and IP both going for the softs, a fresh set of softs. Bob Sada will go for the mediums, Farico will go for the mediums, Chopper, Harris will go for the mediums, and Harry Cully, starting from the back, would also go for the mediums. So you can run the mediums long into this race. But as you say, it's a real risk with the tyre wear goes up so high. But the problem is, because it's such a short track, you come into the pits, and that's a big percentage of the lap, isn't it? It was like that second Bahrain Grand Prix last year, where it was, you spend half the time. Someone can do almost a whole lap in the time that you're in the pits. So
another thing that people need to watch, an entry as well. If you're tucked up right behind someone and they decide to pit, you are not going to be able to take that apex of what is called the Jochen curve, as Tammy and Trocker have both been disqualified. They hit each other. The P11 and P14, so I don't
One assumes they must have done that somewhere along the line.
I assume they must have, but considering that they are 2 places apart, I'm very surprised that they have hit each other. I'm also trying to work out if Too Late Mate can win the title today. I believe he can. He's 65 points clear, so if he outscores Carcraft by 13 points, to will be the champion today.
So it all comes down to this. Well, the pressure is on them for Too Late Mate. Will he crack? Can he hold it up? The lights go out. We're off. Too Late Mate is away, and it looks like he's got a good start away from Vince Chang. Behind the Mercedes are side by side. Yari and Max, someone's got front wing damage there as Yari goes past AJK and Max drops down behind NBD Vision. So drops down into 7th place. So differing fortunes for the two Mercedes drivers, as now AJK has a look up the inside of NBD Vision and he manages to get that move done, and that's a really, really nice overtake there. So a good move there from NBD Vision, already making up for that 5th place grid penalty, as now he's forced to stay on the inside and defend that position from AJ. And now AJ has the cutback, cuts back and swoops back up into 5th place. So it was a really nice, good fair driving from both drivers, leaving enough space. Behind El Trucker is going past Bob Sada, his teammate, who has now got all drivers going 3 abreast into there. And good driver not to crash from Farico. And Farico is into the wall, and that's Farico Sama out of the race. And that is a big crash, and he's taken Sten. Harry Cully manages to survive through. Sten, has he got any front wing damage? Doesn't look like it. So Max Young is into the pits with his front wing damage on the first lap.
I was going to say as well, Harry had made an absolutely fantastic start and holding it at 5 places.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really got caught up in that.
And then he got caught right up in the middle of that. Is that what happened to him?
Too late, mate, got drive through.
Oh no, so too late, mate, and speeding under the virtual safety car as it was released.
As well.
And now Vice Shang has a look around the outside, tries to hold it, lock up from Too Late Mates, goes out onto the curb a little bit, but he manages to hold the position and win the inside line through this next corner. There's no way that Vice is going to get past him this time.
Switch back.
And
doesn't need to fight it, to be fair to him.
No, now he's got the drive-through. This could be really big. It's going to certainly damage his championship fight. So will he take it? Well, he's not going to take it this lap. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Now Vice is going to want to try and get past. He's just set a fastest lap. Nope, Yari sets a new fastest lap. And now the laps start falling as everyone's come off. Virtual safety car, isn't it? So up front, Vice still really close in.
AJK.
That's why the gaps look.
Slight contact between the two of them. One's more focused down to turn 3.
So we're on board with Yari at the moment for the Track's Carcraft ahead of him. Carcraft has just dropped out of the 1 second gap to Vice Shang.
Oh, Yari's round.
Oh no, and Yari spins.
Both Mercedes. He dropped it. I switched to him, and he dropped it, and he caught it, and it went again.
Oh, so unlucky. So easy to see it. Yeah, so easy to lose something here as Rocky gets a 3-second penalty now. And that means that Carcraft no longer pressurised. Can he try and close the gap to the two drivers ahead of him? It looks like they're just eking it out enough. And he's got a gap behind it to AJ as NBD Vision throws it to the inside, up onto the inside of that hairpin, and nicely done there from NBD, using the DRS to his advantage. And now from AJ, and you see him, a little puff of smoke as he locks up, but he gets through the corner ahead of the Haas driver.
Tool has to sort the drive through on this one. Yeah, he's going to do it. Doesn't really respect the pit lane there, the Tool. Definitely ran across that line.
It's tight as Vice Shane gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. Too Late Mate is going to come back out way down the field.
Chopper is crashed out of turn 1.
Oh, so we've had another DNF. Where has Chopper crashed?
Out of turn 1. White's significantly far down.
Ah. So what will this mean then? Will this mean a safety car? Too Late Mate comes out in 16th place. So he's got a a long afternoon ahead of him to work his way back up the field.
I thought there was a penalty on the way as well. Hitler trying to get past Pinnacle almost immediately. Little sec there. It doesn't seem to fight that.
So the gap's opening up at the front of the field as MBD Vision is just trying to pull away from AJ, but AJ is just managing to stay within the DRS for now, which is stopping Mavs from being able to close that gap as much as he would like. But then behind them we've got El Trocker, we've got Rocky, and Witcher is going to have to try and close the gap up to those drivers ahead. And IP has just lost a place to Bob Sada.
Like this, these two. Down to what's there for. Neither of them have a large amount of DRS, and IP has managed to get back past Bob Sada into N4.
He has indeed. Three still with 3 seconds of penalties worth to serve. So we're going to see a lot of drivers with penalties by the end of this, I imagine. Scotty Fennell up into 9th place. Doing pretty well so far. Made 7 positions so far at the start of this race, which is pretty impressive. So good going from him on those soft tyres, those fresh soft compound soft tyres that he started the race on.
It's been very clearly beginning to form between P3 and P7.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've closed into Carcraft, and all of this is allowing Vice Sheng to pull away at the front of the field. He needs to open up that 3-second gap to Carcraft behind him.
Again, going side by side. He ended up on the grapple that time. Around the outside of him, through the middle sector. Doesn't quite get it done. Oh, it does. IP catches a huge slide.
Yeah.
He also had a big slide in the middle of that as well.
And that's dropped him right down behind Too Late Mate, who is now going to have a look at getting past Harry Cully. Cuts to the inside, and he's going to get that move done well before the corner. So a good move from him. As ahead, Rico had a little look at the back of Sten, but not close enough to make the move yet. Sten now has a look at Bob Sada, goes around the outside. Bob Sada tries to squeeze him. Now Bob Sada is the one with DRS, so he can pull away from Sten a little bit, and that's going to make Sten vulnerable to Farico. Back up the front, we've got MBD Vision in behind Carcraft.
Vice in the lead, he's already picked up 6 seconds in the opening 8 laps.
Yeah, so he's quick, but he's not. If he keeps making mistakes like this, we saw.
So he nearly drops it out of the final corner. Rico's not got a run on him. Sten goes wide.
Yeah.
As well. Sten's got front wing damage. I think, yes, front wing damage on the left hand side. Steel's going to get boxed in.
Oh, and 2 spins.
Rico taps 2 around.
There, so that leaves Sten up in 11th. Bob Sada 10th place. There's a train forming behind him, and Harry now up to 12th. So another comeback drive from Harry Cully needed. Back up front. Carcraft has just managed to put himself outside of a second, almost outside of a second of MBD, and just as I say that, I imagine MBD has just burnt all of his ERS to catch back up. So that train forms again. And that set gap is to the Carcraft ahead from Vice Sheng is holding around 2 seconds now as well. So see Scotty Fennell coming past Witcher.
Bit of wheel banging from the two of them. Scotty's got no ERS.
But he takes the inside line, and that's a good move from Scotty.
Oh, switch back though. Not quite got it. But then not enough. Out of the corner.
So good going from Scott. Oh, and Scotty runs wide. And just as we start praising him, he ends up out on the gravel there. So unlucky there from Scotty, but Witcher's still got 6 seconds worth of penalties to cope with over the course of the race.
See the difference in the ERS. If you put the Carcraft down to Trucker, or running with around about 40% battery, but then Rocky behind them only has 10. Roger only has around about 20, so the DRS, it does help you save the battery. Albeit it's not the ERS heavy track, because there are heavy braking zones. You can tell towards the end of the race when these drivers probably will begin to break DRS. Some of them have more to push.
And that's it. Well, one of the things you've really got to do is try and be cautious and be a bit patient with it. And one thing I've often said about Rocky is he burns his ERS. Gets rid of all of it right in the opening couple of laps, and then spends the whole race bouncing around this, sort of last few percentages.
I know other people who do the same thing.
As
3 seconds.
Yeah, and so does Max Young down in 15th place. So here we have Vision sitting on the back of Carcraft, but he's got drivers behind us. Harry Cully is going past.
Gary spun again.
Oh no. Harry Cully has made his way past IP now for 11th place. And now he's going to be onto the back of Bob Sada, who has got onto the back of Scotty Fennell.
Free throw as well, going to on IP.
And Scotty Fennell just closes that gap off.
Super move from free throw around the outside of turn 4.
And now it looks like the soft tyres are just going to be starting to go off a little bit. As El Trucker Mavs is coming into the pits, as is AJ ahead. AJ destroys the pit sign on the way in.
It wasn't. Did you see them coming to the pit lane? Was there
I did not. No, I did not. So Scotty up into 7th place then. And everyone gets promoted, those staying out. And it looks like the medium tyres are starting to come to those drivers on the medium tyres as Harry Cully and Bob Sada go side by side, both held up behind Scotty Fennell in the McLaren. And now you would think Scotty's going to try and help his teammate out here, and he's going to let him through, and now he's going to fight again with Bob Sada. Is going to get ahead of Scotty Fennell, who runs wide, and Farico gets through as well. So good, unfortunate for Scotty Fennell there, but this soft tyres are just starting to go off, you would say. Now Harry Cully's going to start to try and close the gap up to Witcher ahead. And Vice Sheng is coming into the pits, as is MBD Vision. Even Carcraft
to stay out. I think Carcraft is going to use that battery that he's saved up and go for that overcut.
Going to try and take it long and have fresher tyres towards the end of the race. Harry Cully now within a second. So AJK has managed to get the undercut done on Vision. Vice Shane comes past Scotty Fennell having come out of the pits. Harry Cully has got to within the second gap of Witcher. So he's going to have DRS on the next lap. That's going to help him in his battle with Bob Sada behind. But
sliding at this point. Not enjoying those softs.
no, absolutely, they're going to be really, really killing the drivers. And now AJ, MBD,
it's in.
as Witcher comes into the pits. Vice Sheng has managed to get a few cars between him and the drivers behind. Let's see how everything comes out.
As this way, no, it hasn't. And he's actually felt behind Mavs UK, who's got a 2-lap undercut on him as well. So, Vision then touches the grass up the hill. He's got past qualify clearly, they're playing the same hand corner.
Oh, and behind there's a crash. I crash IP into the wall, and those 14-lap-old soft tyres.
So AJK makes a mistake as well.
Yeah, and that's going to allow Craft through on AJK. And now Vice Sheng is back, takes it back off Harry Cully coming out of that exit there. And this is looking good for Vice Sheng as Farico comes into the pits. MBD Vision is going to have to clear Bob Sada and Harry Cully quick if he wants to stay in contention for this lead from Vice.
Surely he has to enter the hard at this point. No, he does. Farico is 2-stopping. Surely.
He's going on to the soft shore.
He's not taking them 20 laps.
You would not think that is going to be possible.
They are not going to go 20 laps. It comes out with 30.
He's got some work to do. Yeah, so he's going to try and run them long and hope that the speed will come to him towards the end of the Grand Prix as everyone's tyres are starting to go off.
Dana from that pit stop window is Mavs UK. He's jumped Carcraft and AJK and is now nearly 3 seconds clear. It's off like it was within a second.
Yeah, so now he's gonna. Well, he's now got 2-lap older tyres than everyone else. As Harry Cully comes into the pits.
And Harry's putting on hards.
Going on to the hards to run to the end. So interesting choice from Harry there. MBD Vision goes past Bob Sada. Harry Cully comes out into 13th place.
Once the softs on it, Bob Sada's still got to take those tyres another 8 or 9 laps.
Yeah, he's going to be struggling. Definitely going to be struggling. He's going to be hoping, maybe he's hoping there'll be a safety car at some point. But you think it's just going to cause a little bit of hold up behind him as MBD Vision is now passed and now out of the second range. So surely it'll only be a matter of time before Mavs UK moves back up to 3rd place, and that choice to come in early onto the softs, onto the mediums and do the undercut is going to work out really nicely for Mavs UK. But the question is, will they go off before the end of the lap? They're going to be raced, but they're 2 laps older than everyone else is. Are they going to fall apart as Mavs goes to the inside? Nicely done on the apex of the corner, and an easy overtake in the end on the 17-lap-old medium tyres of Bob Sada.
So Carcraft nearly goes into the back of Bob Sada.
Now Mavs is going to want to try and get away as quickly as possible, break that DRS zone, Trey, and hope that Bob can keep Carcraft behind him for a little bit. But it doesn't look like... Good move from Carcraft there, knowing he needed to get it done.
AJK as well. Into turn 1. Lifted doing Bob was just 3 places in the lap.
Yes, indeed. As Rico sets a new fastest lap for the race.
It's definitely taking them to the end of this between fastest laps at this stage of the race.
No, surely not. We need to be careful on tyres. Okay, Rocky is going past Max Young, having a little battle with Max. Max gets the undercut back. And a nice switch back there from Max to retain the position from Rocky. Rocky now has a look to the inside. Not going to be close enough.
Max on the older tyres as well.
He is indeed, yeah. So yeah, Max still not pitted either. Or I'd say since he came in early on. So he's coming into the pits now. So he's going to switch on to... Well, who knows what he's going to switch on to. We'll find out. It'll be exciting to know. Rocky moves up into 8th place and put a real good drive in from the F3 driver. And... very, very impressive. We do indeed have a safety car. Pinnacle is DNF. Pinnacle is out.
DNF'd a while ago. Oh, it's for Yari. Yari's got a front wing.
Ah, so something's happened with Yari. He's got no front wing there. And delicately into the pits. Okay, so this changes things. Who's going to come in?
As well.
Who's going to come in for a pit stop? Who's going to come in and switch? Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be really playing to Bob Sada's hands. He's going to want to come in and switch on to those. Surely he's still going to want to go for the hards. Potentially just a little bit early for the softs, maybe. Let's have a look at what people decide to do. Vice stays out. MBD Vision pits. Mavs UK stays out.
Bob Sada obviously pits.
Yeah. Carcraft, Rico stays out. Too Late Mate is going to come into the pit. Harry Cully is going to stay out.
Going to be pushing, taking those softs to the end still.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm thinking. It's just a little bit too early.
If I were them, I'd have waited an extra lap.
Oh, but then everything gets bunched up. You'd never want to wait the extra lap, because then you end up right at the back of the grid.
These guys at the back, though. Yari's been disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, especially for Sten, you may as well have waited an extra lap.
Well, maybe if you're right at the back, I can understand that, but my problem with that is that it holds up the whole safety car process if people are pitting. Because like, look already, by the end of the second lap under the safety car, we've already got everyone now within, pretty much within one pit stop of each other, all the way back to Max. So...
to get rid of those softs.
No, well, maybe if he's going to try and run soft, as it does seem a strange choice, you'd want to come in and hop onto the medians. Yeah, IP's DNF'd as well now.
There's our vision. We sacrificed track position.
Yeah.
Now has 5 cars to overtake.
Well, we've seen him do some pretty excellent overtaking so far this afternoon. Can he get some more done? Let's just have a little rundown of penalties as it stands. So Vice, Sheng and Mavs UK both with 6 seconds worth of penalties. Carcraft, who's kept it clean thus far, in 3rd place. AJK Fourth place has got 3 seconds worth of penalties.
I'm looking at how many warnings people have.
Aero Blake reckons the softs are absolutely fine. Less fuel, more rubbered in track. Normally do about 13 to 14 laps on them at the start with Q qualifying laps in formation. Good finish ahead. Couldn't agree more.
The thing is, he's going to have to fight people.
Well, that is undeniably true, so it'll be interesting to see how this all comes together.
I really don't think Vision, from the end of the race, if the mediums don't drop off, he might be in a bit of trouble.
Well, he's going to have to be very careful as he does it. The safety car is coming in this lap, and we are ready to go racing again. Vice Sheng becomes the de facto leader of the pack as he slows everyone down. You see everyone getting those tyres as warm as possible. And that is one advantage Vision is going to have for the first couple of laps, as his tyres are going to be so much easier to keep warm.
Chooses to go, he's caught Mavs napping slightly.
He has indeed.
He's second already.
And Mavs has got Carcraft in behind.
Vision immediately gets a penalty.
Not what he wants.
He's going to go for it, he is going to go for it.
On the inside of El Troca, not quite enough there. That's
a lot of DRS. Vision
gets the move done nicely through the inside of that hairpin.
One down, four to go.
Yeah, he's got the challenge on. His one advantage is he's only really got to get past Carcraft. As long as he stays within 6 seconds of Vice Sheng ahead, he will get seconds himself, of course.
AJK and Mavs also have 3 seconds, so he does have to overtake those two.
Of course, sorry, I was looking at Elga, who has Farico coming past him, but Farico with a big wad of 12 seconds worth of penalties. And now 15 seconds. Standen gets past Scotty.
Now getting past as well.
And Vision now up to 4th, past AJK. So he's making the moves happen. Now he's got to get past Carcraft. And he's going to have to make these moves quick, because even if he can make those soft tyres last, they still go off quicker than the other tyres, the mediums or the hards. So he's going to have to get these moves done while he's got that grip advantage.
Mike is absolutely dropped everyone.
Yeah. It's a big old gap. It's almost 3 seconds clear now as MBD Vision goes up into 3rd place past Carcraft. And now he's got Mavs UK to contend with.
Picks up his first 3 seconds, and Carcraft the only person.
Yeah, so good drive, clean driving from Carcraft.
What could I say? Every driver will probably get a penalty.
Yeah, it's just one of those tracks where it's just... I feel like some of the track limits are rather tight.
When Africa has made a mistake, he's just been overtaken by absolute bridge of huge send. Which has just got past 2 people into 10-6. Into the two of them is Rico's making another mistake, I think. There's a trucker struggling down the first pit.
So good work from Witcher as MBD Vision goes past Mavs UK and is up into 2nd place, and now he needs to make up half a second on Vice Sheng to make this victory his. So and then make those tyres last for another 10 laps. So The heat is on now for MBD Vision.
Well, Bob Sarper, who is on his fresh softs. No. He's looking a bit feisty. He wants to get past Carcraft. He's going to do it now as well.
Carcraft defends to the inside, no way past there.
So Chopper and Rocky pitted have to get damage on that lap.
So Max now, having been running right down the bottom of the grid at one point, now up into 6th place. And trying to make that his tyres last.
Tool has recovered to P7.
Yeah, so it's been a good recovery drive from Tool as well. And he's going to try and make a move past Max Young now. To the inside. And nicely done as Max has a look at the switchback, but can't quite get it done.
The two passes as well are going side by side. Trying to... Both going to go past Harry.
And Mavs UK is going to make it past Carcraft up ahead. And Mavs UK is past Carcraft up into 3rd place. And with penalties still to serve, he won't keep it unless he can make a real stride away from the Williams driver in the last few laps. But he's got the move done. Right, so Carcraft could be getting 3 seconds anytime soon.
These guys have absolutely
Sten up into 10th place now. Getting the move done, and now he's right behind Witcher. And Witcher forces him to the outside, but Sten's going to get the move done before the corner. Now he cuts back and defends. Right in behind Harry Cully.
Again, into AJK. So, onto the gravel, keeps his foot in though. Again going for a move into 10-6. Again he gets it done.
Good move there, really impressive.
They've over 6 from rookie today. I'm sure he probably missed it, but went down into the it's his first left-hander. And the safety car starts.
Very impressive. Yeah, he's a very, very natural driver. You know, he can always make the best of a situation. Oh no! And just as we say that, he's retired from the session. So not sure what's happened there. Okay, Carcraft. Having a look on Mavs UK, trying to fight back.
So Tool's got down instead of Upside and all of that as well.
Is it going to allow Too Late to Mate to have a look down the... He's now going to have a look down the inside of Carcraft. And all 3 drivers have a little lock up, a puff of smoke, and Carcraft has managed to get away ahead.
Max is on the back of them out of all of this now as well.
So fantastic driving here then. As MBD Vision is hunting down Vice Shane at quite some rate of knots.
When one Mavs doesn't get a good exit, Carcraft's got a much better exit. Is Tool going to try and make it 3 wide? He is. You guys don't touch.
Oh, it's very careful. Mavs backs out of it. And Too Late Mate comes through the middle and takes 2 cars in one, but now it's going to be him battling with Carcraft. Carcraft takes the inside line. And Too Late onto the grass, and that's going to allow Max and Bob Sada both through. Oh, and someone's spinning. Carcraft spins there, and he's back down. Fighting with Harry Cully.
Was it 2 again spins?
Oh no, not what Too Late Mate needs, and he's taken Harry Cully with him, I think. Or is it Scotty Fennell? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Might have been both the McLarens.
Harry.
I think both of the McLarens had an issue there. Scotty Fennell is through up into 9th place now. As Max Young goes past Bob Sutton up into 4th position, and now they've got Sten right behind. Sten was like right down the bottom of this grid, this field a few laps ago. What an amazing race this is turning into. We have another safety car. Ooh. And Weiss now with 9 seconds worth of penalties up the front.
Just hand division the race.
Absolutely.
6 seconds. The softs are definitely going to go to the end now, unless it's going to rain, which it very much looks like it might. It's got dark very quick.
It has indeed. And will this safety car hold things up just long enough for that rain to put down some water on the track?
Well, car crafts with no penalties. Is everyone going to plunge up?
Yeah, he's going to jump places.
Carcraft is going to be in another big position as well. Is anyone going to piss? I imagine Too Late will probably piss. Being last anyway.
Yeah, might as well. That's going to hold everything up. We're going to...
At the moment, I think the finishing order will be Vision from Max from Carcraft. I think that would be the top 3.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it all depends on how that restart occurs. And having a look, you know, Max has got 11. You know, he's got 6 lap pressure tyres than the other medium runners around him. His tyres are about the same length old as the other soft runners around him. So he's got a good shout here. At potentially making some places, and it all depends on how many laps we get once we're back together. It's not going to be this lap, it'll be the lap after. So we're only going to have a few laps left.
Both McLarens and 2 will also fit with the fresh softs.
Yeah, so Scotty now... I mean, it made sense for Scotty to do that. He's not lost a place, he was in 9th before, and he's going to get all that time back. And hopefully try and make some more positions. He's already got...
I've also just noticed Sten is in P4.
Yeah.
He started 19th.
Yeah, he did, and he was last in the running order just after the last safety car. So he's done an absolute stonking job to make his way up all those positions.
We're going to get a 3-lap sprint.
We are indeed. Yeah, it's all going to come down to
the top 7 to win this race.
This final battle.
I sort of wish I could have been racing in this now.
Yeah, well, it's.
I would have had no penalties, most probably at this point.
I'm sure you would have done. I'm sure you would have done.
Knowing my luck, I probably would have been out the race though.
Yeah.
If this is anyone's.
Absolutely, Gaming Lad Rigby. It's been one hell of an eventful race. Who are your bids for the victor? Who do you think is going to come out as the winner come the end of this Grand Prix? Will Max be able to use that tyre advantage? Will MBD be able to use that pace advantage that he's clearly had over a lot of the other drivers around him? Can Too Late make up for those 2 spins that he's had this race? We said the pressure was on. Would the pressure get to him? 3 spins. 3 spins. So we've said the pressure was on. Maybe it's got to him today.
On this type of day, Carcraft needs to be winning.
That's true.
Not being down in P7.
So we're off again, and Weiss tries to get away not as effective this time, but MBD Vision was much more on the ball than the last restart. He is hunting down the racing point ahead of him, and it looks like everyone's managed to get away relatively evenly along that exit. Max Young having a little look up the inside of Sten. Too late, mate, having a battle with El Trocker down the end of the field. And he's going to get passed up into 10th place. El Trocker down to 11th at the moment. That's Max and Sten battling there. Sten gets up the inside of Max and holds the position. Max now trying to find a way past. And they've got Bob Sada right on the back of their tail, hunting them down.
Is it worth fighting with each other? That's the question.
Well, that's it. So I suppose it depends on how many penalties you have. But I guess the advantage is always you want to be ahead on track. You never know what penalties might come up, I suppose.
Matthew K in P3 is only one warning away from his penalty. At the moment he is P2 at the moment, and maybe next that's about the 8th, I think, actually.
Scotty Fennell goes past AJK, gets the move done, and Scotty Fennell now up into 8th place. And good moves from Scotty Fennell now. And he's up into 8th and he gets the move done. Too late, mate, now goes past. And Harry Cully gets past AJK as well, and he drops right down to 11th place. That is not what he wanted. Up ahead, MBD Vision just staying close enough to Wei Sheng. He's just not going to let him get away, and now DRS is enabled.
Final lap.
On the final lap. So,
what is this order going to shuffle to?
I simply don't have enough calculators in my hands to work it all out as we come round, so I'm just going to get excited and shout as it comes to it. I
think it is going to be Vision from
Too
Max.
late, mate.
No, I think it's going to be Vision from Carcraft. From Max. I think that's what it is.
Well, Wei Sheng has driven a very admirable race. Led it out on track from the beginning, but just a few too many mistakes today. And the danger is that, as we've had today, a late safety car, that just destroys your race. Even if you've driven really well and you've managed to make the gap, that late safety car destroys it, and he is not going to claim the victory that he has driven himself to. He's going to come across the line first. MBD Vision will claim it. Max Young will come second.
Carcraft is second, and Max has said, like I said, it would be.
So, wow. Excellent. Well called. Well called there. Who are you going to give your driver of the day to? Who most stood out for you as an expert driver today?
There's so many people this could go to, but I really think Sten, as much as he's finished P11 because of his penalties,
yeah,
he finished P4 on track, and he was last.
Yeah,
and he started 19th, and he was fighting for that podium, and he's got unlucky with the penalties.
He has indeed. He has indeed with those penalties that were applied.
Harry P7 from P20 is also
Harry Cully's P7 from P20 has been super impressive. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. You know what? I'm going to give my my driver of the day to Carcraft, keeping it clean. I always like it when a driver manages to do that. And he was quick in qualifying, followed it through, did a really solid job. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been good fun. You've enjoyed the racing. We will be back next week with some more. Please do come and join us. Check it all out. Next Sunday, where are we racing next Sunday? Do you know?
Singapore.
We're going to Singapore. Oh, fun stuff. So we're off to a street circuit again next Sunday. All the drivers will be praying their wings survive. We'll be hoping that you join us. Until then, stay safe, folks.